94-year-old woman perishes in Spanish Town house fire. The body of a 94-year-old woman was found following a house fire on College Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as Olga Taylor. Firefighters reportedly responded to a blaze at Taylor's home at about 12:30 p.m., reports stated. After extinguishing the flames, her body was discovered among the debris. Authorities have not yet determined if the house was insured. The Spanish Town police are investigating. Fire at Spanish Town police station damages 4 vehicles. A fire of unknown origin broke out on the grounds of the Spanish Town police station in St. Catherine on Saturday, damaging 4 motor vehicles parked in the pound-restricted area. The vehicles affected include a Honda Fit, Mazda Premacy, Toyota Probox, and Nissan AD wagon, all of which were seized vehicles held in the pound. According to reports, at about 3 p.m., smoke was seen coming from the pound, and it was soon discovered that several vehicles were on fire. Emergency services were immediately alerted and firefighters were summoned to the scene. They managed to extinguish the blaze, preventing further damage. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigations Branch is investigating. Overtaking attempt ends in tragedy on P.J. Patterson Highway. A 23-year-old man died after crashing his vehicle while attempting to overtake another car along the P.J. Patterson Highway in St. Catherine on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as Shane Barrow, a resident of Smithville, Clarendon. The crash happened at about 8:45 p.m. while Shane was driving his 2015 Nissan AD wagon. Upon reaching the Portmore Toll exit on Ferry, he reportedly attempted to overtake another vehicle but lost control. The car crashed into the median and overturned. He, along with other injured passengers, were taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. The Ferry police are investigating. Education Minister says government making significant investments into special education programs. Education Minister Dr. Dana Marstickson has reiterated that the government is making significant investments in special education programs to ensure that special needs students get adequate support. She was speaking at the education seminar hosted by the Jamaica Teachers Association and the Charlotte Teachers College. Dr. Morris Dixon said in the last fiscal year the government increased funding for special education programs. This allowed the ministry to add 338 special needs assistants, commonly called shadows, to the education system. Dr. Morris Dixon also pointed out that a new special education diagnostic center is being set up at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case in Portland. The center is about 60% complete.
Already making some investments. Last fiscal year we increased funding for special education programs. We had 338 new special education needs assistants, which we usually call them shadows. They've been deployed in the system. This brings the total number to 759 shadows working across all regions. We need more. The salary was increased. It was a paltry $40,000 for these shadows and the key work that they did. And it was increased to $60,000, and we have to keep looking at how we can increase and support them because they do provide really, really good work. In terms of the new special education diagnostic center, I'm very pleased to tell you that at the College of Agricultural Science and Education case in Portland, we are currently establishing a new special education diagnostic center. And that's important because when you have a child, and children with special needs live all over the country, and for the parents to have to travel into Kingston, it's really hard for a lot of them. And so we're doing this in Portland to expand access. And as at February 2025, February 28, when they gave me the report, the diagnostic center at Case is 60% completed and is expected to be finalized in the coming financial year. An allocation of $180 million is in the big book for this undertaking.
Water Minister dismisses claim of neglect at Greenwich Treatment Plant. Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samoda, has dismissed claims that the various issues affecting the troubled Greenwich Sewage treatment plant in St. Andrew Southwestern are not being adequately addressed because the plant is not located uptown. The claims were made by Dr. Angela Bromberg, Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Southwestern, during the sitting of Parliament's Standard Finance Committee (SFC) on Thursday. Not true, Samoda stated. If the Greenwich sewage plant was located in Cherry Gardens or Beverly Hills, we wouldn't have the problem we now have with it because you would have come down and you would have it resolved immediately, Bromberg asserted. She again pointed out that the stench from the plant continues to be a problem for teachers and staff at the nearby Greenwich Primary School. Individuals at the school have to hold their breath. The teachers and the students have to stop. Persons get sick, Bromberg added. She told the FSC that she had spoken at length with the minister and has brought the problem to the attention of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. We've had conversations with you, she told Samuda, adding that every time I think we're nearing somewhere, it seems as if we're still back at square one. Honest to goodness, I believe that enough is enough. Bromberg asked for an update as to when the issue will be addressed before stating that I don't believe that the role of a member of parliament is to walk behind ministers and kiss people's butt. I don't believe that. Responding, Samuda said, it is a matter of record, public and private, that several $100 million have already been spent on the facility. The reality is there has to be an upgrade of the pre-treatment facility because it is one space in Kingston and St. Andrew where cesspool trucks are able to enter. Continuing, Samuda said, we've put in the fencing to be able to deal with the illegal access to the space. Despite vandalism, we've repaired it twice. We've also upgraded the unloading bay of our trucks and unfortunately, even in upgrading the security of the facility, many of the illegal truckers who were causing a bit of issue in the community have now migrated to Portmore facility, and that is what is causing part of the issue in Greater Portmore. The minister acknowledged that it is impatient of debate that the national sewage infrastructure is woefully inadequate. Much of what exists is old, and the reality is, its capacity is limited. He said there is no part of the sewage network in Jamaica that doesn't require an upgrade regardless of which part of our geography it exists in, and there's lobbying about across almost every constituency for sewage problems. I assure you, it's not because of its location why it's not resolved, but rather because the fiscal capacity of the National Water Commission to deal with the sewage issues for all the downtown Kingston into Portmore, Samuda explained. I appreciate all the time you've taken to say all you did, but I didn't hear a solution, Bromberg stated. She asked Samoda if she should say to the current generation that if the Jamaica Labour Party remains in government, the problem will not be fixed. I want to be clear on what it is that I should take from here going back into my constituent, she added. Samoda shot back with, Member, all things related to the Water Commission, whether it's related to the portable water or water waste management, are better under this administration than the previous. That is a statistical fact, he said, as Bromberg interrupted him while laughing and stating, that must be a joke. Samoda insisted that numerically, more people have access to portable water for longer per day. Numerically, there is greater storage capacity in the system. Numerically, we have laid more pipes than any other administration. Numerically, we have cut energy usage faster than any other. We have also done more to upgrade the creaking sewage system that we inherited, he stated. What Bromberg said next would trigger heated crosstalk after she had presumed to have referred to someone as a liar. All that pretty speaking that you just did a while ago, if you take that to Southwest St. Andrew, they would tell you that you're a liar. They would tell you that, and they would be correct in saying that because, as you very well know, she said before she was shut down by government members led by Juliet Cuthbert Flynn who accused Bromberg of being rude. The Deputy Speaker of the House, Harold Clark, who was presiding at the time, asked Bromberg to apologize, but she refused, insisting that she did not call Samoda a liar. Clark told Bromberg that we've given you the privilege to ask questions, and you went down a road that is not called for, and I'm going to ask you to apologize for the term or reference to that minister that you have made. When she spoke, Bromberg repeated what she thought her constituent would say about the claims of how much better the provision of water services have been under the current administration because it is not their reality. Samoda insisted that the question of improved service in Kingston and St. Andrew Portmore and St. James is not subjective or open to opinion. We've digitalized the distribution network. We know who gets water when, at what pressure, and for how many hours. Anyone calling me or certain that someone else would call me a liar is simply wrong, he noted. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.